She finally decided she was going to do it. She booked her tickets and her hotel and everything she needed to do to take this trip. Right before she left on this trip, she went to the beauty salon. She called to make an appointment with her beautician, but she wasn't available, so she went to and she took an appointment with another one. And so she ends up going just the day before she left. She gets her haircut, and she starts talking just like many of us do. You notice it's really uncomfortable to sit in a chair with someone doing your hair and it's completely silent. Has that ever happened? Even though sometimes you don't want to talk, it's still very uncomfortable. So they started talking. And, the beautician asked her, do you have a special occasion? She says, yes. And starts to tell her. Says, my dream has been to go to Rome to visit the Pope. It's been a dream for a long time, and finally I'm taking advantage of the next couple weeks that I have. I'm going to take this trip. And the beautician says to her, you know what? I wouldn't do that if I were you. The lady's a little confused. Why not? And the beautician goes on to tell about experiences that she's had when she's traveled. Many different experiences, negative experiences. For example, I get to the airport and this same thing will happen to you. You'll go up to the ticket counter. There's a gazillion people there. You give them your ticket. They say, sorry, the flight's oversold. It might be a couple days, but don't worry, we'll get you out there. And then by the time you finally get to your destination, you'll be waiting for your luggage and waiting and get dizzy and realize your luggage missed the flight. Then after that, you're going to get a taxi cab, and he's going to take you, and he's going to realize that where you're from, and he's going to take you all over the place. He's going to charge you a fortune. You're going to get to the hotel, and because of the circumstances that there's tens of thousands of people coming into town, they overbooked the hotel, so you'll probably have to find a different one. Then after all that, what's going to happen? You're going to go see the Pope. And you're going to be tens of thousands of people. You're going to be So the lady says, finally, okay, this is my dream, I'm going to do it. So she takes her trip. She comes back. She goes and visits her friend, the beautician. And her friend says, oh, you're back so soon. Oh, no, I just came just to tell you about my trip. And so they start talking, and the beautician asks her, how was your trip? She said, oh, it was perfect, except. And she starts telling her, I got to the airport, flight was oversold, and I couldn't get on the flight. The beautician says, I told you so, but wait. She said, however, there's another flight that leaves an hour with a different airline. Unfortunately, they only have first class, but I could give you that ticket. So she flew there in first class, and the beautician's like, whoa. After that, she gets there, of course her luggage is lost. She's getting dizzy. What happens? It's lost. Her luggage, they don't know. She goes to the ticket. Oh, it's on this flight. They'll be here in about 9 or 10 hours. No worries. Here's your plane check. We'll deliver it to your hotel, and here's a few $100s so you can go buy some clothes. After that, she gets a taxi driver, takes her all over the city. It takes her forever to get there, and she realizes it's this young kid who just started driving a taxi. He felt so bad, he didn't even charge her. She gets to the hotel, same thing, it's packed and this and that. She says, we're sorry, miss. We know you have 7 nights here. Unfortunately, tonight, we don't have your room available. We can get it for you tomorrow, but in the meantime, tonight, please stay in the presidential suite. So the beautician, it's crazy. And so finally she gets there and she tells the beautician, but you're right. I got there and there were so many people and I was back there jumping, trying to see, and I saw some old guy, but I don't know who it was. I was so far. And the beautician says, I told you so. And she says, finally, she goes, but, she says to the beautician, did you know that during every discourse that the Pope gives, they always choose 3 people from the congregation to go sit up next to the Pope? The beautician's like, and the lady's like, and the beautician asks, why did they pick you? And she said, well, I wanted to know too. So I went to the assistant of the Pope after, and I said, why did you pick me out of all of these people? And he says, well, You know, I saw you jumping up and back, in the very back, and I felt really bad. She said, why did you feel bad? There's a lot of people here. She says, well, yeah, but out of all of the people here, you have the worst haircut.